Hello everybody, this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and I have not done a Filofax video in quite some time. So I thought I would kind of share, it's kind of going to be an open, honest, rambling type video. So if you're not into planners, you may not be interested in this, but I hope you kind of stick around because there have been some things going on I just want to kind of share. So as you know, I was a planner kind of addict or a planner. I was doing a lot with my planner and keeping up with it really well when I was in school, at least for my school stuff, and I had it pretty well organized. Now I've pulled that out of here since I'm not in school anymore. And so, but what I found was, as busy as I have been lately, because despite the fact that I'm out of school and I thought life would be slowing down, I've been working so much that I haven't really kept up with the planner. I've not kept up with my to-do list, all the things that I wanted to do when I finished with school, the extra things around the house that I wanted to get done just haven't been getting done. So I thought it's time to breathe some new life into my planner. So a couple months ago, Christina Werther from K Warner Designs came out with inserts that she designed to fit into an A5 size planner. And so I purchased them. They were very inexpensive, and I'm going to put the link down in the description box below because I think that they're gorgeous, and she's actually added some colors. And so I really think that if you see this setup and you think it's going to work for you, then I want you to be sure and check that out. So in the meantime, let me go to my pages. These are the planner inserts that my husband did for me, which I showed you, I don't know, towards the beginning of the year, maybe towards the end of last year. And I am using those and to do things for just my monthly planning. So then what I did is I downloaded the K Warner Design month on 2 pages planner, and I have put those in here, and I do plan to use these for next year most likely. Now what I want you to notice is how they're set up. So you print them yourself. And she does have extended colors. I don't know if I said that or not, but she's added some colors, which is super fun. And you can print on one side. You can print your calendar, and you could print them back to back if you wanted to, but she also gives the option that you can print some other different things on the back side, and I really liked that. So for my 2016 calendar, I went through, and on the back side, this is what it would look like. So this is the back side. So on this side I've got January, the half of January, and then on the other side is the front of February. And I do still plan to change some things, and I think I'm going to possibly change my tabs and do every month on its own. And so I really like this layout because I can do January. I've got plenty of room for notes here, and then I would start right here with my new month. So when I come back here, and these are undated, and I like that kind of okay. I mean, it's not my favorite. I prefer dated, but in this situation I'm really glad that I didn't get the dated ones. So what you can do is when you look at them, say like this, so this page would go here, so I could start with January and go all the way through with January, and then February, my new tab, I would have my blank page, I would have my month on 2 pages, and then I would start right into my calendar just like that. And I really like that concept. The other thing that I like about them, when you move, now let me back up a little bit. So when I got these, I printed out all of 2016, just my monthly calendars. It's halfway through the year, and it's not going to be long, and we're going to start filling in tentative dates on these calendars. You just never know what's going to show up. So I thought it's good to have it in there, and I went ahead and printed it. It's not a lot of paper, you know, you've got basically 12 sheets of paper, not a lot of ink, so I wasn't too worried about it. So then I just printed up a few pages, probably, or several weeks of this month, where I would move them. Sorry, so I just printed up several weekly calendars, and then I started filling these out. And so you can see I've got kind of a mess here, and I'm working on that. So the other thing that I really like about these from Christina Werner, not only the colors, they're super fun, but you'll notice, let's go to the back side of this calendar here, and you can notice that there's no headers here, so you can fill it in to be exactly what you want it to be. So if you wanted to do like a to-do list up here, you could do that, and then in here you fill it in, and like on, you might say to do, or you might say AM, afternoon, PM, and groceries or something, however you want to do it, and you just type it in and it fills it in all the way across. That to me is a really neat, fun thing. So what I chose was my tasks, my places to go, things that I had to do, my blog and my YouTube, and my menu. So this was from a couple weeks ago, and you see this is the first week that I used it, and I started filling it out of things that I wanted to get done. Now in this particular corner up here, it was my month to do the bulletin board at church. So I started doing, on this particular one, I was going to do my bulletin board layout here, and that's what I ended up doing, and it was kind of fun. In the future I'll probably put other things in there. So then this was then another week, so now we're moving into this week, and you see the different things that I have going. So on the bottom in my menu, I have my menu all filled in, and then my blog and YouTube's just kind of some tentative plannings. Places to go I haven't really filled in, but I do have my tasks, things that I wanted to do, and I included my daughter's work calendar, so I know exactly what time she's working and where. And then in this column right here, I've started my grocery list. So I have to say that I really like this layout. It's not as filled in because I'm still not back into the swing of planning things as thoroughly as I would like. So it's not where I want it to be, but it's getting back on task. I like the fact that I have, I can go back and put notes here. I still have this box, which you can see, and this one is blank, so I could put a scripture verse if I wanted to. I could put a quote if I wanted to. I could put goals for the week, and then here's another lined box. So there's so much possibility that you can do with this, and I really like that. Now, what am I struggling with? Well, besides the normal just getting organized planning thing, what I'm struggling with is the size of the boxes. I can write fairly small, but I find that these boxes are just a tad bit more restrictive than what I would like. In some cases, I think it would be fine, but I'm in that stage where I'm trying to figure out what setup's working best for me. So while I really love this layout and I like what it can do, I am fearful that the more planning that I do, that I'm really not going to be able to list as much as I would like to in here. So what I've decided is I'm just going to kind of try it out for a few weeks. You know, they weren't expensive, and I can print it. I can print out, you know, several pages, try it out for a few weeks, and then see, okay, is this layout working for me or is it not? In the meantime, in the back here, I saved the ones that my husband made for me, so if I decide to go back to that, there's no waste there. I can just go back and grab it. And these are a little bit more simple, and I can decorate them or do whatever I want with them. So that's just some thoughts I had. I really encourage you, if you like this setup, to check out what Christina Werner has done, because I really like the concept. I like the colors. I like the way it flows. I just think I'm going to have to play with it to see if this is really what I want for permanent planning, or if as we come towards fall, when we start getting busy with, like for me, it'll be not only work, but my daughter will be going back to college, my son will be starting rugby again, and so my calendar will start getting busier, and I'm just going to have to play with it to see, is this really working for me, or am I going to go back to my old school stuff back here, or am I going to try a completely different layout? And I think that's the beauty of your planning. You find what works for you best in your season of life where you are. And so that's what I'm doing. So I hope that that gives you kind of some ideas of some things you can try. Check her out, and I'll put the link below. So thanks so much for stopping by today, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.